Hello, everybody, all my friends, all my viewers in Atlanta, Georgia, and all around the world. Today, we're going to talk about a very extremely valuable topic. This is part of our journey and educating people about taking care of the seniors and taking care of them at home. We'll be talking about bed sores or pressure ulcer if you want. My name is Jean Bastilla. I'm with AWC Home Care. AWC Home Care is a home care company in Atlanta, Georgia that offers private sitting and CNAs. We do anywhere from 4 hours of light housekeeping to 24-hour care. Our number is 678-696-9905. We have decided to get on that journey of educating people about the seniors, the people we care about, the people we think that we owe some help today, the people who get older, the people who were in the community in the past. Let's talk about bed sores. What is a bed sore? Well, a bed sore, or we call it pressure ulcer, is a kind of a wound that is caused by pressure. Mainly it occurs in bony prominence, such as in your hip, your tailbones, your heels. Those are the most suitable areas for bed sores or pressure ulcers. This is very common in many of our seniors or any person who is in a condition who is not able to move around. If they are bedridden, means they can't get out of bed at all. So it put them at very high risk of having pressure ulcers. So I believe it is very important for us to educate our community as far as how they take care of bed sores. Bed sores happens in a hospital, it happens at home, it can happen anywhere. So it is extremely important that we educate our people as far as how to take care of somebody who is total bed rest to make sure they don't develop bed sores. Let's look at some of the things that we do to prevent bed sores. Number one, we should make sure we turn whoever is total bed rest. We should make sure we turn them every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, you should shift the body from one position to the other. The principle is when we're sitting down and we don't have any issues, our brain is able to work. Usually we're able to shift ourselves every few moments. When we feel pressure, we can shift ourselves. But somebody who is not able to do that, so what we do it for them. And we do it every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, we're going to turn them from one position to the other. They are not able to ask you to do it. So that's why it's very important for you to do it. Number two, you make sure you keep them dry. Somebody who is mentally incapable, they are not able to know when they feel, when they pee, they are incontinent. So you want to make sure you keep them dry. You want to make sure you change them as frequently as possible. You want to make sure that you change the diapers as frequently as you can. And every time you change them, you want to assess. You want to assess means you need to check and make sure they are not developing any type of bed sores. Number three, you need to make sure they get good nutrition. So you want to make sure they get good food, vegetables, lean meat, because good nutrition also, if you lack of good nutrition, it puts you at higher risk of developing bed sores. The other thing you want to do is to make sure they are hydrated. People with dehydration are at high risk of developing bed sores or pressure ulcers. So you want to make sure you keep those people hydrated. If they're at home, you want to make sure you give them plenty of water, plenty of fluid to keep them hydrated. That's extremely important. The other thing you want to do, you want to make sure when you turn them, you don't shift them where it causes skin injuries. Because sometimes some of the bed sores, they start with moving somebody in the bed. So when you move them, if you move them the wrong way, it is easily that you can cause them to cause a pressure ulcer or cause a bed sore. So you want to be careful when you move them. Also, when you put them in the bed, you want to make sure you keep them at a 30-degree angle, because you don't want to sit them up too much, because sometimes they slid in the bed and that caused them to have pressure. or sores. Okay, so you want to make sure you do that. So if you follow all those different steps, that's just something that will help those people so they don't have bed sores. Many of our clients that we care for in their home, this is one of the things we're very big at. We make sure we turn them. And if you talk to everybody that we have provided services to, they'll tell you anybody we take care of, they do not have bed sores. And it's because we educate all our CNAs and sitters about the importance of making sure those people, they stay dry, they turn them every 2 hours, they keep them hydrated, keep them good with good eating, good nutritious food. So if you do all those things, it will actually prevent bed sores. Because a bed sore can be a tiny little wound. But then usually what happens, especially in the elderly, when you are getting older, you have other conditions. Many of them, they have diabetes, which are some conditions that can worsen any type of wound that you have. So it could start from a very tiny little wound to a very, very big wound. So what you want to do is to prevent it. You don't want it to happen. Because usually when you have that big wound, it end up and getting infected. Now you have a big problem, because now you're going to be in the hospital for days of antibiotics. And some of them, they've become very, very large wounds, because I have seen them. And again, everything I talk about are things that I have seen on a regular basis. And this is why usually when we get a new referral, we try to make sure we send a professional person to do the evaluation. Because we want to make sure that whoever we provide in the service, they get the best quality service. We want to make sure they get the best care plan, So bed sore is an extremely important topic, and it's a really big problems. We have so many people with bed sores. But again, if we follow those few steps, it can prevent a lot of bed sores. It can prevent a lot of our seniors from being in the hospital for days of antibiotics by just doing those few things, turning them every 2 hours, making sure they eat good nutrition, keep them hydrated. Be careful when we are pulling them when we're turning them in the bed, and keep them dry. Keep them dry. Always check the diapers, change them as many times as you can. All those, if we do, it will help prevent bed sores. It will help so they don't get into that situation where you have all those big wounds all over the body. Again, this is what we do. And I always say, I really appreciate everybody who've been helping me in this journey. But I would really ask you guys to continue to support me, to continue to share this message with other people. I want you to tell them how important it is to take care of our seniors. I want you to share all those topics that are geared toward helping them to be safe at home, helping them to live as long as they can, helping them to continue to have dignity, quality of life. If you're watching this video right now, if you will be watching later, if you're not live, I want you to share with people. I want you to continue to support our YouTube channel, AWC Home Care. I want you to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. We all on all the social media. We also do teaching all over different communities where there are seniors. So if you know a place that may need some type of education, we'll be more than happy. Just let us know. We'll go there, do free education. Again, if you know anybody who is in need of a sitter or a CNA, who is in need of somebody to take care of them at home, who wants to stay in their home and don't want to go to an assisted living or nursing home, I want you to please give us a call, 678-696-9905. Or you can also visit our website at www.awchomecare.com. Let them know that we're there for them. Again, we do free evaluation. It does not cost them anything for us to come and talk to them. It will be personally me, or it will be somebody else from our team, but qualified individual will come into their home, do an evaluation, complete a plan of care, and see if they need help. Or if they don't need help, they will be honest with them. They'll tell them, hey, you don't need help. But I want you to please encourage anybody you know who may be at risk for fall at home, anybody you know who may have a very bad quality life at home. So if they need some help, they need a sitter, they can please call us. We'll be able to go there and do a free evaluation for them. It's free of charge. We'll just go in there and we'll evaluate them and see if they need help. Our goal, again, is to keep them safe at home, where they belong, where we believe they should be, where we believe everybody should stay. Thank you for watching this video. Please continue to share it with other people. Continue to send your advice, your questions. Many people have been sending me messages, been calling me personally to ask me about different topics they think we should be talking about. If you think you could be useful, you want to talk about a topic, it's not about me. It's about us trying to educate the community. It's about us trying to take care of our elderly. It's about us trying to do what we are supposed to do as far as helping those people who helped us in the past. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Today is Monday. We start working. It was Mother's Day yesterday. So me as well, I'm getting ready to start seeing my patients. Today I have a late appointment. I had a little time to chat with you before I start working. So I want you guys to have a great day and continue to support me. Thanks a lot.